Prepare to uncover a secret so potent it could revolutionize your health, sharpen your mind, and fortify your body from the inside out. There's a tiny, unassuming superfood, often overlooked, that holds a treasure trove of vital nutrients. A true powerhouse for your heart, your brain, and even your bones. It's naturally low in mercury, making it one of the safest and healthiest choices you can regularly enjoy. We're talking about sardines, packed with an astonishing array of protein, life-giving omega-3s, essential calcium, and crucial vitamins your body absolutely depends on. Yet, here's the shocking truth that most people never realize. The vast majority are making critical, often subtle mistakes that don't just reduce these incredible benefits, but can actually spoil the taste, waste money, and sometimes even compromise their health. What if you're unknowingly discarding the most nutritious part of this amazing fish? Or selecting the wrong kind from the shelf, thinking you're making a healthier choice, only to drain away its power? Don't let simple slip-ups stand between you and the extraordinary advantages sardines offer. It's time to unlock their full, untapped potential and stop making the common errors that prevent you from experiencing this humble fish in its most potent, delicious form. The secret to truly harnessing the power of sardines isn't just in buying them, but in understanding how to treat them once they're in your hands. The calcium goldmine. You're tossing away. One of the most widespread and costly errors people make with sardines involves a part many instinctively discard: the tiny, delicate bones. At first glance, it seems like a reasonable thing to do. We're conditioned to remove bones from larger fish, where they can be sharp, unpleasant, and even a choking hazard. But sardines are an entirely different story. Their bones are completely edible, incredibly soft, and perfectly safe to chew. The magic of the canning process pressure cooks them until they are so tender that most people don't even notice them when eating. But here's the true revelation. Those minuscule bones are an absolute nutritional powerhouse, a hidden goldmine of health. They stand as one of the best natural sources of calcium you'll ever encounter in seafood. Just a single serving of sardines, consumed with their bones, can provide you with more than a third of your entire daily calcium requirements. This mineral is absolutely vital for maintaining strong, resilient bones, keeping your teeth healthy, and ensuring your muscles function correctly. As an added bonus, these bones also contain vitamin D, which plays a crucial role in helping your body effectively absorb all that calcium. Together, calcium and vitamin D form an unbeatable team for safeguarding your bone health, a necessity that becomes even more critical as we gracefully age. When you meticulously pick out and discard those tiny bones, you're not merely creating extra work for yourself. You're actively throwing away essential nutrients that your body desperately needs to thrive. And honestly, you won't even taste them. The bones blend seamlessly into the texture of the fish, often indistinguishable from the flesh itself. Many seasoned sardine enthusiasts can't tell where the meat ends and the bones begin. While some companies do offer deboned sardines, they typically come with a higher price tag and often appear broken or damaged due to the deboning process. This means you're essentially paying more money for a lesser nutritional profile and a less appealing appearance. The solution is remarkably simple. Embrace the bones. They are unequivocally safe, immensely nutritious, and virtually disappear once you start eating. Consider them a delightful, hidden bonus that elevates sardines into one of the most nutrient-dense and surprisingly complete foods you can readily find. The great packing liquid. Dilemma: water versus oil. The journey to optimal sardine enjoyment often falters right in the grocery aisle with a common yet impactful decision: choosing sardines packed in water over those packed in oil. On the surface, water-packed sardines might seem like the unequivocally healthier choice. Fewer calories, a lighter taste, right? This seemingly logical assumption, however, couldn't be further from the truth. When you opt for water over a quality oil, you are unwittingly sacrificing both vibrant flavor and substantial nutrition. Sardines are naturally abundant in healthy fats, particularly the revered omega-3 fatty acids. These are the same beneficial fats celebrated for their ability to reduce inflammation, protect your cardiovascular system, and keep your body's vital functions running smoothly. When sardines are packed in a good quality oil, like olive oil, this oil serves a dual purpose. It not only keeps the delicate fish moist and tender, but it also creates a protective barrier, helping to preserve and even enhance the very omega-3s you seek. The fats in the oil work synergistically with the fish's natural oils, boosting your body's ability to utilize these essential nutrients. Water, on the other hand, offers no such favors to the fish. Sardines packed in water frequently emerge bland, dry, and over time can even develop an unpleasant metallic taste. This degradation occurs because water simply cannot protect the natural, delicate oils within the fish from breaking down through oxidation. As these precious oils oxidize, both the peak flavor and the nutritional integrity of the fish diminish significantly. Oil, in stark contrast, acts as a vigilant shield, meticulously preserving the sardines, keeping them fresher, more flavorful, and nutritionally robust for a considerably longer period. In fact, many culinary connoisseurs contend that sardines packed in fine olive oil actually develop a deeper, richer, and more exquisite flavor the longer they are allowed to sit and mature. Yes, sardines packed in oil do contain more calories, but these are precisely the right kind of calories. Healthy fats that provide profound benefits for your entire body. This seemingly minor choice in the grocery store aisle makes an enormous difference in both your eating experience and the nutritional yield. If your goal is to savor sardines that boast exceptional taste and deliver their maximum nutritional punch, then bypass the water-packed tins entirely and reach for those preserved in a high-quality oil. Your palate and your health will thank you. The fleeting freshness. Why your opened sardines don't last. Here's a universal mistake that nearly everyone commits at some point, often without realizing the full consequences, allowing an opened can of sardines to sit for too long. While the sealed, unopened cans are remarkably shelf-stable and can comfortably last for years in your pantry, the moment you pop that lid, an invisible clock begins ticking rapidly. As soon as those delicate sardines are exposed to the open air, a process of deterioration immediately commences. The precious, healthy oils nestled within the fish begin to oxidize, a chemical reaction that not only profoundly alters and diminishes their flavor, but also ruthlessly breaks down those incredibly valuable omega-3 fatty acids, the very reason many of us seek out sardines in the first place. This means that the longer your opened sardines sit, the less nutrition you are actually receiving, and the worse they will inevitably taste. The exact lifespan of your opened sardines largely depends on the liquid they are packed in. Sardines in water, lacking the protective barrier of oil, typically go downhill the fastest, becoming noticeably less appealing within a mere 24 hours. Those packed in a good quality oil, however, offer a slightly longer grace period, generally lasting 2 to 3 days when properly refrigerated. If your sardines are bathed in a rich tomato sauce, you might be able to stretch their edible life to about 4 days. But heed this crucial rule that cannot be ignored. After a week, regardless of the packing liquid, opened sardines are definitively spoiled and unsafe for consumption. Another prevalent oversight is leaving the leftover sardines in their original metal can once opened. Upon exposure to air, the metal of the can react with the fish and its oils, drastically accelerating spoilage and often imparting an unpleasant, nasty metallic taste to your meal. This is precisely why food safety experts universally recommend transferring any leftover sardines into a clean, non-reactive glass or plastic airtight container immediately after opening. This simple, swift action effectively keeps air out, significantly slows down nutrient loss, and diligently preserves both the flavor and integrity of the fish. If you're determined to extend their life even further, freezing is an option, but be forewarned. Freezing can alter the delicate texture of the sardines, often making them softer than desired. The absolute best practice is straightforward. Only open the amount of sardines you genuinely intend to eat within a couple of days, and always, without exception, transfer any remaining portions into a proper sealed container. It's a small habit that ensures your sardines remain safe, delightfully fresh, and bursting with all the nutrition they promise. Beyond the best by date, the hidden dangers of improper storage. Many people harbor a common misconception that canned food, once sealed, lasts indefinitely. While it's true that sardines boast an impressive shelf life when properly stored, this assumption is dangerously inaccurate. Sardines can indeed remain perfectly good for years if their cans are sealed and kept under optimal conditions. But they have formidable enemies: heat, direct sunlight, and excessive moisture. Should you leave your cans idly sitting in a sunny kitchen window, positioned too close to a heat-emitting stove, or tucked away in a damp, unventilated pantry, you are inadvertently accelerating the breakdown of both the protective can and, more critically, the delicate fish inside. Over time, under these adverse conditions, the healthy oils within the fish will oxidize, leading to a noticeable degradation in flavor, often turning sour, and a significant fading of vital nutrients. Even more concerning, a compromised or damaged can may allow harmful bacteria to penetrate, rendering the sardines not only unpalatable but entirely unsafe to eat. And here's a nuanced detail most folks aren't aware of. Not all sardines maintain their quality equally well. Varieties packed in acidic liquids, such as tomato sauce or other flavored brines, tend to break down faster than those robustly packed in oil. This crucial difference means that if your pantry boasts a variety of sardine types, a thoughtful rotation system is paramount. Prioritize consuming the acidic varieties first, reserving your oil-packed tins for longer-term storage. Furthermore, it is absolutely essential to meticulously inspect every can before you even contemplate opening it. If you observe any telltale signs such as bulges, indicating internal pressure and potential spoilage, rust spots, significant dents along the seams, or any evidence of leaks, do not take chances. The safest course of action is to dispose of it immediately and without hesitation. Consider this perspective. Sardines are undeniably one of the most affordable and accessible superfoods you can purchase. It would be a disservice to both your wallet and your health to waste them, and more importantly, to risk your well-being due to simple, avoidable storage oversights. With just a little bit of mindful care and attention, you can ensure that every single can remains fresh, safe, and ready to deliver all the incredible nutrition and delicious flavor it promises. Breaking free from the can, unlocking culinary creativity. One of the most appealing qualities of sardines is their unparalleled convenience. You simply pop open the tin and they're instantly ready to eat, a perfect no-fuss snack or meal component. However, this very ease can be a trap. If your only approach is to consume them straight from the can, unadorned and plain, you are inadvertently missing out on a vast universe of exquisite flavors, exciting textures, and boundless culinary variety. This restrictive habit is precisely why many people, despite their nutritional benefits, quickly grow bored with sardines and abandon them prematurely. Sardines are far more versatile than most realize. They should be embraced as a dynamic ingredient, not merely a pre-packaged snack. Imagine them as a blank canvas for your kitchen creativity. For example, effortlessly mash them with a dollop of creamy Greek yogurt, a ripe avocado, or a drizzle of fragrant olive oil to craft a protein-rich spread that elevates humble bread or crackers into a gourmet bite. When layered on toast, go bold with toppings like salty capers, thinly sliced red onions, or juicy cherry tomatoes for a Mediterranean-style delight that tastes like it came from a fancy bistro, but takes mere minutes to assemble. Their savory essence also shines brilliantly in hot dishes. Stir them gently into your favorite pasta sauce right at the very end of cooking to infuse it with extra depth of flavor and a boost of omega-3s without overpowering the dish. Add them to a vibrant stir-fry just before serving. allowing them to warm through and contribute their hearty protein while maintaining their delicate structure. Even a classic pizza can be dramatically improved with the addition of sardines. Their savory, slightly briny taste harmonizes beautifully with complementary toppings such as black olives, roasted bell peppers, and fresh herbs. And why limit their magic to lunch or dinner? At breakfast, gently fold them into scrambled eggs or a fluffy omelette for an unexpectedly delicious and powerful start to your day. The benefit here isn't solely about expanding your palate, it's profoundly about nutrition too. Thoughtfully pairing sardines with a diverse array of vegetables, wholesome grains, or other healthy fats actively assist your body in absorbing their dense nutrient profile more efficiently. For instance, consuming them alongside vitamin C-rich foods like tomatoes or vibrant bell peppers significantly enhances your body's ability to absorb the iron found in sardines. So, while it's perfectly fine to enjoy them straight from the can on occasion, do not limit yourself. With just a dash of culinary imagination, sardines can transform from a simple tinned fish into a secret ingredient that makes countless dishes infinitely more exciting, more complex, and undeniably more nutritious. A world of flavor. Why not? All sardines are created equal. It's a common yet entirely mistaken belief that a sardine is a sardine. Many people assume that if you open one can, the experience will be virtually identical to opening any other. However, this assumption is profoundly inaccurate. Much like the nuanced world of wine, coffee, or artisan cheese, sardines exhibit an astonishing range of flavor profiles, textures, and overall quality. These variations depend critically on their geographical origin, the method of preparation and packing, and even the specific time of year they were caught. Consider, for instance, the very waters from which they hail. Sardines harvested from the chilly, nutrient-rich Atlantic can taste remarkably different from those caught in the sun-drenched Mediterranean or the vast Pacific. This diversity is a direct result of the varying water temperatures, the fish's distinct diets, and the unique environmental conditions of their habitats, all of which impart subtle yet significant differences. Cold water sardines, such as those famously sourced from Norway, frequently possess a firmer, more substantial bite and a remarkably clean, crisp flavor profile. Conversely, sardines from warmer waters often present a softer, richer, and more delicate texture. Even the season of the catch plays a pivotal role. Fish netted in the vibrant spring months might offer a lighter, more ethereal taste, while those caught later in the year, having had more time to feed, tend to be fattier and consequently more robustly flavorful. And the story doesn't end there. The packing liquid itself is a dramatic flavor shifter. Whether preserved in rich olive oil, a zesty tomato sauce, a pungent mustard, or plain water, each medium extracts and imparts different characteristics. For example, premium Spanish and Portuguese sardines, meticulously packed in high-quality olive oil, often develop deep, complex, and highly sought-after umami flavors over time, akin to a fine-aged delicacy. Some discerning producers go even further, expertly smoking their sardines to imbue them with an irresistible savory richness, while others incorporate spiced oils or special sauces to deliver an invigorating kick. Therefore, if your initial encounter with one particular can of sardines left you unimpressed, please do not despair or give up on this incredible food altogether. It's highly probable that it was simply that specific type or brand that didn't resonate with your palate. Embarking on a journey to explore different brands, diverse origins, and various packing styles can fundamentally transform your entire sardine experience. Sardines are emphatically not a one-size-fits-all food. Once you begin to experiment with a curious and open mind, you will discover that an entire world of exquisite, diverse flavors is patiently waiting for you inside those unassuming little tins. The perfect pairing: elevating sardines with harmonious flavors. Sardines, though small, are undeniably bold little fish. Their inherent richness, stemming from abundant healthy oils, and their distinct savory taste make them a powerful and assertive ingredient in any dish. However, this very strength also dictates a crucial culinary truth: they absolutely demand the right partners on the plate. One of the most significant and often overlooked mistakes is haphazardly mixing sardines with flavors that clash harshly rather than gracefully balance their dominant profile. The golden rule when pairing sardines is to seek contrast. Their natural richness truly shines and reaches its full potential when harmonized with bright, fresh, or tangy ingredients that are deftly cut through their inherent oiliness. Think of brilliant splashes of fresh lemon juice, a delicate drizzle of vibrant vinegar, the briny pop of capers, the sweet acidity of ripe tomatoes, or the crisp tang of various pickled vegetables. These sharp, lively flavors do not aim to mask or cover up the distinctive sardine taste. Instead, they brilliantly sharpen it, creating a dynamic interplay that makes the entire dish more balanced, more exciting, and utterly memorable. Fresh herbs such as parsley, dill, or cilantro also perform wonders, lending a clean, aromatic note that lightens and enlivens the overall composition. So what should you judiciously avoid? Steer clear of heavy, opulent, creamy sauces, overly buttery dishes, or exceedingly sweet pairings. The combination of rich cream and oily sardines often creates an overwhelming richness that can quickly fatigue your palate, leaving you feeling sluggish rather than satisfied. Similarly, sweet glazes or fruit-based toppings frequently wage an unpleasant battle with the sardines' natural saltiness, resulting in a confusing and disagreeable clash of flavors. Let's consider a vivid example. Sardines elegantly arranged on toast with a generous squeeze of lemon and a scattering of fresh herbs taste wonderfully light, fresh, and profoundly satisfying. Now, picture those same sardines smothered in a thick, heavy cheese sauce. The double richness creates an oppressive and cloying experience, making them genuinely difficult to enjoy. It's not to say that culinary experimentation is forbidden, but the absolute key lies in achieving balance. When you consciously choose the right accompanying flavors, sardines transcend their simple fish-in-a-can status and are elevated into a sophisticated, gourmet ingredient that feels remarkably fresh, vibrantly alive, and truly unforgettable. Washing away the goodness, the harmful habit of rinsing. This particular mistake might come as a genuine surprise to many, yet it's one of the most detrimental things you can do to sardines, rinsing them under running water before you eat them. A considerable number of people engage in this practice with good intentions, hoping to reduce perceived saltiness, cut down on fat, or diminish what they consider to be an overly fishy taste. However, in reality, rinsing achieves precisely the opposite of what is desired. It ruthlessly washes away significant amounts of both peak flavor and invaluable nutrients. When sardines are meticulously canned, the oil, sauce, or brine they are packed in is far more than mere filler. It's an integral and indispensable part of the preservation process itself. Over the months of storage, a slow symbiotic exchange takes place. The delicate fish and the surrounding liquid trade flavors, and crucially, key nutrients such as omega-3 fatty acids and fat-soluble vitamins like D and E gently seep into that liquid. When you decide to rinse them, you are effectively severing this carefully established connection, losing those precious nutrients along with the complex built-up taste that has been maturing for months. For sardines packed in oil, rinsing introduces an additional problem. As we know, oil and water fundamentally do not mix. Consequently, when rinsed, the fish emerge slippery, often broken apart, and far less appetizing in both appearance and texture. The same holds true for sardines packed in zesty tomato or pungent mustard sauce. Rinsing strips away the delightful tang and the rich depth that perfectly balance the fish's natural flavor profile. And regarding the concern about saltiness, yes, sardines can indeed be on the saltier side, but rinsing doesn't genuinely fix this. The salt is thoroughly absorbed into the very flesh of the fish itself during the canning process, not merely resting superficially on the surface. A far more effective and intelligent solution is to consciously seek out low-sodium varieties when purchasing, or simply adjust and reduce the salt content in the other components of your meal. This thoughtful approach ensures you retain every ounce of flavor and every valuable nutrient intact. Think of it this way: rinsing sardines is akin to undoing months of careful flavor and nutrient building in a matter of mere seconds. Instead of washing all that goodness away, wisely embrace the oil, the brine, or the sauce. It is an intrinsic part of what makes sardines such a uniquely special and nutritionally dense food. That is then debunking the fishy myth, rediscovering true sardine flavor. One of the biggest obstacles preventing people from embracing the incredible benefits of sardines is the deeply ingrained belief that they are inherently too fishy. However, the fundamental truth is sardines are fish. They are supposed to taste like the sea, carrying a natural brininess and savory depth. The real issue often isn't with the sardines themselves, but rather with how they are stored, how they are prepared, or most commonly, how they are paired with other foods. A truly good quality sardine should offer a clean, pleasantly savory, and subtly briny taste, reminiscent of a refreshing ocean breeze, not an overpowering pungent aroma. If the sardines you've encountered taste excessively strong or, worse, unpleasantly fishy, it's highly probable that they were not stored optimally, they have passed their peak freshness date, or they were simply not harmonized with the correct complementary ingredients. The intelligent approach isn't to attempt to conceal or mask their natural flavor, but rather to skillfully brighten and enhance it. This can be achieved remarkably effectively by introducing acidic ingredients. A generous squeeze of fresh lemon juice, a splash of vibrant vinegar, or a spoonful of a rich tomato sauce can expertly cut through any perceived heaviness, rendering the flavor lively and invigorating. Fresh, aromatic herbs such as crisp parsley, bright cilantro, or delicate dill perform a similar magical feat, infusing a clean, herbaceous note that beautifully balances the inherent richness of the fish. Quality, too, plays an immense role in the overall flavor experience. Sardines meticulously packed in a high-grade olive oil or a robust tomato sauce often present a much cleaner, more refined, and significantly less overpowering taste compared to cheaper, poorly processed alternatives. And here's an interesting physiological fact. Your taste buds can actually adapt and evolve. If you don't frequently consume fish, the initial taste of sardines might strike you as strong. However, with consistent exposure and a willingness to explore, you will gradually begin to discern their subtle sweetness, their intricate layers, and their profound depth of flavor. Rather than prematurely dismissing sardines as too fishy, embark on an exciting journey of experimentation with various pairings. Toss them into a vibrant salad, squeeze some fresh citrus directly on top, or serve them alongside crisp, refreshing vegetables. You will be astonished at how swiftly that perceived fishy flavor transforms into something you eagerly anticipate and genuinely look forward to enjoying. Liquid gold, the priceless oil you're pouring away. This, without a doubt, stands as the most egregious and costly mistake people make when preparing sardines, thoughtlessly draining out the precious oil and pouring it straight down the sink. That golden, glistening liquid, far from being mere waste, is actually where some of the finest flavor and most concentrated nutrition are discreetly hiding. Here's precisely why it's so invaluable. When sardines are carefully packed in oil, a slow, remarkable exchange takes place over time. The delicate fish gently release some of their natural juices and beneficial compounds into the surrounding oil, while simultaneously, the nourishing oil itself slowly permeates and enriches the fish. Over the many months of storage in the can, that oil undergoes a profound transformation, becoming extraordinarily rich with highly concentrated omega-3 fatty acids, crucial fat-soluble vitamins like D and E, and an intensely deep, savory flavor that has matured and developed. In essence, it transforms into a potent elixir of liquid nutrition. Throwing it away doesn't merely mean discarding a few extra calories. You are literally pouring out a significant portion of valuable nutrients that are indispensable for protecting your heart, nurturing your brain, and bolstering your immune system. From a culinary perspective, you are also discarding a completely free, exquisite flavor booster that any discerning chef would be thrilled to have readily on hand. So, what incredible things can you do with this liquid gold? The possibilities are surprisingly plentiful and delicious. Drizzle this richly flavored oil generously over fresh salads as a sophisticated, nutrient-dense alternative to bottled dressings. Use it as the aromatic base to gently sauté onions and garlic before crafting a delectable pasta sauce or cooking a flavorful rice dish. Stir a spoonful into hearty soups or comforting stews to enrich the broth with a deeper umami profile. You can even enjoy it in its simplest, most elegant form. Dip fresh, crusty bread into it with a squeeze of bright lemon and a sprinkle of aromatic herbs for a quick yet incredibly satisfying snack. And here's an added bonus. The oil's flavor often continues to deepen and evolve slightly even after the can has been opened. If properly kept in a sealed container in the fridge for a few days, it can lend even more complexity and depth to your subsequent meals. Sardine oil is quite simply too valuable to waste. Start treating it with the reverence it deserves, like the secret, powerful ingredient it truly is. Important considerations. Who should exercise caution? Sardines are, without question, one of the healthiest and most nutritionally dense foods you can incorporate into your diet. However, like any profoundly potent food, they might not be suitable for absolutely everyone in unlimited quantities. A few specific groups of people should exercise extra caution and mindful moderation when consuming them too frequently. Firstly, individuals diagnosed with high blood pressure or those who are sensitive to salt should be particularly attentive. Most canned sardines are packed in brine, oil, or a sauce that contains a noticeable amount of sodium. Excessive salt intake is a known contributor to elevated blood pressure, making low-sodium sardine varieties a much safer and smarter option for this group. Secondly, for those who suffer from gout or have naturally high uric acid levels, vigilance is advised. Sardines are relatively high in purines, which the body metabolizes and breaks down into uric acid. For individuals prone to gout flare-ups, a high intake of purine-rich foods can potentially trigger uncomfortable attacks. For this group, moderation is definitely key, and consulting a healthcare professional is always recommended. Similarly, anyone with a history or predisposition to kidney stones, particularly uric acid stones, should approach sardine consumption with caution, as purines may potentially increase their risk. It is always best to discuss your dietary choices with your doctor before making sardines a regular and significant part of your meal plan if you fall into this category. Finally, while pregnant women can generally enjoy sardines, given their exceptionally low mercury content, unlike larger fish such as tuna or swordfish, it's still prudent to keep a mindful eye on overall sodium and calorie intake, especially if consuming them often. For the vast majority of healthy individuals, sardines remain a fantastic, highly beneficial food to enjoy regularly, offering a wealth of nutrients with minimal risk. However, if you identify with any of the aforementioned groups, embracing moderation and perhaps seeking personalized medical advice is undoubtedly the safest and most responsible path forward. Your journey to sardine mastery begins now. You've just unlocked invaluable knowledge about one of the most underrated superfoods on the planet. Sardines, brimming with protein, essential omega-3s, bone-fortifying calcium, and a symphony of crucial vitamins, are poised to be a powerful ally for your heart, your brain, and your entire skeletal system. They also stand as one of the most budget-friendly, accessible paths to optimal nutrition. But as you've discovered, unlocking their full, incredible potential isn't automatic. It's a journey that begins with making informed choices, from selecting the ideal can to meticulously storing, creatively pairing, and expertly preparing them. These seemingly small slip-ups can spell the critical difference between a bland, wasted meal that leaves you feeling uninspired, and a powerful, delicious boost of nutrition that truly fuels your body and mind. Don't let those common, easily avoidable mistakes rob you of the profound benefits and culinary delights that sardines so generously offer. You now possess the wisdom to navigate the traps that ensnare most people, transforming you from a casual consumer into a true sardine connoisseur. With this newfound understanding, you are empowered to embrace every ounce of goodness these tiny, magnificent fish have to offer, ensuring every bite is as delicious and nutritious as nature intended.